right, this one's going to be a little bit different.
Okay.
It's going to be called like The Anatomy of an E-Beggar or something like that. So I've noticed on the internet recently, the e-begging is out of control. Like, I mean out of control.
When you say e-begging, you mean like content creators shilling hardcore.
Yeah. So content creators, God, I hate that term, just begging and begging and begging for donations. Now, let me say off the top, I've got no problem with creators asking for support. You know, here's my Patreon, here's my PayPal link, Subscribestar, memberships, you name it. All that stuff is par for the course. But it's when people take that and have this sense of like self-entitlement that if you're watching their content, you have to give, you have to donate. Now, I found out about Gino Bisconti through Aaron Imholte because those two were buddies, right? But Aaron, if you haven't been following the law, is in trouble with the law for sending Gino Bisconti a nude photo of Nick Recator's wife.
Oh, that's who he sent it to.
Yeah. Let's go! Gino Bisconti, as I said, he's a New York comedian. He's been around since like fucking 2000 or something. And he worked for Anthony Cumia, you know, Compound Media. So Compound Media was a group of like comedians led by Anthony Cumia. And they had like a subscription-based, you know, sign up to our app and you get all these shows. And Gino had one of those shows. Now, Gavin McGuinness took Compound over and said, look, you're not making any money, fuck off. And so Gino was like, all right, well, I'm going to do my own show from my own place. I'm going to continue it on. So he's now doing it from his house to an audience of like 100, maybe 150 if he's lucky.
Okay.
And this is a couple of weeks ago. He's starting to feel the pain of not having that sweet Anthony Cumia salary.
I'm telling you guys, I don't have time for this shit. I don't. I like talking to you. I'm committing to the bit. I'm tired of when shit goes awry. Hey, we're the sum of everything that put us here. I am streaming from my apartment. Streaming from, our home. You're going to want to have a fucking membership come tomorrow because I'm about this close to changing fucking everything and the pay scale and whatever. Because look, I love the super chats. I love the generosity, but I, again, hold on to the old model. Well, Gene, you got to change. Fuck, I do.
Well, Gino, you kind of do have to change because you don't have a salary anymore.
You got fired,
yeah.
boy.
I think Gavin McGuinness said you eat what you kill when he took it over. And whether he's at Gavin McGuinness's thing or on his own, the same fucking logic applies. You eat what you kill.
This one's crazy. He's like insolent. He's rude to the people watching him. Like the other guy was just depressing.
Fuck, I do. I change when it calls for change. I do. But if you guys are telling me that fucking I'm giving this shit away for free, you're like, well, yeah, it's on YouTube. We'll super chat, but you don't. And look, I love everyone. I do.
You're in your fucking apartment live streaming.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
Giving it away for free. What the fuck? This isn't a circus.
Nobody has to be there.
Yeah, this isn't a big production. You're a cunt in his lounge room talking to a fucking camera. Man, this is a real learning curve for him, this YouTube thing.
They don't comprehend that their whole survival is based on the audience liking them.
Yeah, and this isn't doing it any favors. I do this shit for free. I'm going to start making a membership only for $20. Who's going to pay $20 a month for this shit? This guy, because I've watched like bits and pieces of this guy, all he does is he sits there and he fucking name drops. He like name drops people in the New York comedy industry as if we know who they are. Like, oh, I was talking to fucking Bob and Dave and fucking Chris from fucking rah rah rah. It's like you're meant to be in this in group and you're meant to know who they are and it's meant to be funny somehow. But it's shit. It's just shit. There's no content here. It's just him talking shit. I mean, maybe he is like hilarious. I don't know. I haven't seen his show, like his stand-up show. Maybe he's like the bomb, the best comedian ever. I don't know. I wouldn't think so. But yeah, what an entitled
Use the following statement several times a day. I like money. I love it. I use it wisely, constructively, and judiciously.
He's reading from a self-help book now.
What?
Yeah, this is a fucking, what do they call them? Affirmations. You know, affirmations where you like chant things to yourself. I have an abundance of money. I use it wisely. Money comes to me. It flows freely.
Oh, like the gift.
Yeah.
Is that what the book was called? The gift?
Yeah.
If you wish for it enough, it will manifest.
Oh, Gino, what are you doing?
Well, the shit I give away, and like, look, if all of the 150 people that usually come here, hey, I love the members only chat, by the way. If they all were just $5 members, you know, $10 members, you paid $8, And I don't go on Patreon because I don't want to get in the way of Garrett and Steve. I don't.
You see what I mean? He talks about people you don't know that you're meant to know. Now, Garrett and Steve, I am familiar with. They were like the booth boys at Compound Media. And so when they got the arse, they went out themselves and said, okay, let's do our own show. And they seem to be doing all right. They've got a Patreon. They put on a half decent show from what I can tell.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just them sitting there bitching about shit.
And they're, from what I gather, doing well on Patreon, and he doesn't want to rain on their Patreon parade.
I think what's really going on in his head is he sort of thinks, hang on, I was the on-air personality. You guys were just the booth boys. So if I start a Patreon and I get less than you, which I probably will, then it's going to be really embarrassing.
It's going to look bad.
Yeah, so he's going to be like too cool for school. Like, no, I don't do that shit. I fucking, I'll leave that to you. You guys can have those crumbs.
Look, I'm doing you a favor.
Yeah, I'm an armchair psychologist, I'm telling you. I know what's going through his head.
But when I hear someone like, hey, I don't have the money for the membership, if you don't have $5 a month, you got to reassess your fucking life.
Well, hang on.
Says you.
Yeah. If you don't have $5 a month, you've got to reassess your life. You're reading affirmations on live stream. Money will come to me in abundance.
In your basement.
This is unbelievable, isn't it? And it gets worse. He's about to get nasty.
Ooh, bring it on.
If you don't have $10 a month for the guy, I'll say it, for the guy that gave you 1,247 In Hot Water episodes, do the math.
In Hot Water is the name of his show, right? So he's saying, the guy who gave you 1,247 In Hot Waters for free, when he didn't, he was being paid by Kumia to do those things.
Exactly.
Right? They're not for free. Fuck off. You were getting paid a salary.
Yeah.
That's like me saying, oh, I released a bunch of videos in like 2016. So how dare you not donate?
I can see how his mind is working though. He's saying, you got all of this for free back then. Now it's time to pay.
Yeah, and it's not time to pay, Gino. Do some more affirmations or make better content.
Do the math. For $1 a month, because you got me, you got Kumia, you got Bill, you got fucking Pat Dixon. $1 a month for 8 years, I was giving it to you. And I'm sorry if I'm being mean, but you're cheap fucks.
Wow.
Yeah, you cheap fucks.
And exit.
I mean, you see what I'm saying, right? See how he just said, like, you had Pat Dixon, you had Kumia, you had fucking Bob and Bill and Matthew and Dave and George. Like, we're meant to know who these cunts are. I know who Kumia is. I've heard of Pat Dixon. I mean, all these other guys, it's like you're meant to be in the circle. Imagine being a new viewer coming to this. Mm-hmm. Like, how is a new viewer going to start watching this going, hey, this Gino Bisconti guy's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to sign up and be his member. You're not going to do that because it's boring sort of talking shop shit.
You get fucking people that are like, yeah, I can't afford it. I can't afford $5 a month, but I'll watch it for free. Don't do me any fucking favors.
I told you he gets worse. Like he's vindictive.
Yeah, he's really bitter.
Yeah, you can't afford $5 a month. You're a cheap fuck. Why would you watch this? And this is why he's got 100 viewers, maybe.
Do you think the money I'm making? Do you think the money I'm making fucking doing this fucking 4 days a week? Do you think if I just stopped and really fucking had the entire week to myself to work on other stuff and really explore the space, you think I'd miss what I'm making from everyone? Oh, it's a bargain now.
What? I mean, I'm lost for words almost. Like, he's sitting here talking about it like, oh my God, I'm doing you a service. I'm fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? He's a martyr. But like, no one's asking for this shit, Gino. Like, it shows in your numbers. And if you don't enjoy it, don't do it. If you can go somewhere else and focus on other things and make heaps better money, do it. Like the attitude on this guy. Oh my God, I've got to sit here 4 days a week and slog it out for you motherfuckers. I love doing this. This is fantastic. I get to sit here with you and poke fun at stuff. It's funny. We laugh. It's good fun. It's excellent. It's a great way to be able to make money. But this guy, you cheap fucks. You cheap fucks. I'm giving you all this stuff for free. Yeah, you should be, Gino. And if they really, 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 really appreciate it, maybe they'll donate. Or if you put on such a fucking good show that your numbers are just through the fucking roof, you might get some sponsors.
Open OnlyFans.
Yeah, open an OnlyFans, Gino.
Fucking, I love the Wednesday show where people come into my apartment.
Oh, now this last clip, this just fucking says it all. This says everything about Gino Bisconti and like his entitlement.
Fucking, I love the Wednesday show where people come into my apartment and drink whiskey with me because that's how you fight back against YouTube. It's like my own little content house, the contents of which are whiskey and drunks. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do.
No shit, Gino. That's my aspiration, is to sit here with my mates and get pissed. That's what I want to do. That's my major goal. That's the goal I'm working towards. Now, if you haven't got $5 a month to fund that, you're a cheap cunt.
It's not a successful road to go down, being a drunk on YouTube. It never ends well.